Now Jimmy goes up to the computer and he types in a URL. And as he's typing in this specific URL to the specific website, the teacher comes back into the room and sees what's on the screen. Yes, you read the title and saw the thumbnail. How's it going, Gooners and Goonettes? It's Crispy back with another life story. Now, the topic of today's story is about the time that a kid in my class snuck onto the teacher's computer and watched C0RN. Yes, he was watching C0RN in the Cobb in 4K 60 FPS on the teacher's PC. Now, without any further ado, let's get into this epic tale. Now, this is truly one of the stories of all time. J.K. Rowling and J.R.R. Tolkien couldn't have made a better story. Even if they collaborated on a book, it'll be nowhere near this story. This story is levels above everything. Like, Titanic the movie, fuck that, bro. King Lear, fuck that. Bro, Shakespeare would weep at this story, it's just so good. Now, this tale takes place in the year 2016, and I'm just a 10-year-old wee lad. I'm a small kid at this point. I'm Little Crispy at this point, officially. And Little Crispy has never heard of C0RN. The only knowledge he has of C0RN is, the sweet corn you get in the tin, or the corn in the Cobb at KFC. And the corn in the Cobb at KFC is a certified amazing menu item. Top 10 foods of all time, without a doubt. Now, eventually, people around my class start talking about this thing called C0RN. And like I said, I've never heard of it. And I'm just going along with everyone, like, yeah, this, like, it's so cool, Like, I'm just going along with it. Now, eventually, I asked one of my homies, this guy, I don't know, this guy must have had, like, unrestricted internet access, because he knew everything. He had an older brother as well. Maybe his older brother was, like, spilling, like, dark secrets onto him, corrupting his mind at a young age. And I'm like, yo, what's C0RN? And he's like, yo, it's this thing where you can see people having sex online. And I'm like, what? Bro, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I don't know what to say, because I'm a man of God. Like, how could such a thing be happening on the internet? Now, anyway, later on that day, we got to go to the fabled computer room. Now, the computer room was a legendary location in my school, because we only got to go like once a week. If we were lucky even. Sometimes we wouldn't even get to go for like months at a time. But anyway, we're in the computer room, and I remember like, it was mostly like Windows 95s, Windows XP, and there was a few like really good, like expensive touchscreen computers. Like you got a number and you were assigned to that computer for 2 years. With my luck, of course, I was at one of the crappy ones. I was at like a Windows 98, I think. Either that or it was a Dell, I don't remember for definite. But you get the point, it wasn't very good. And Little Crispy is just drawing away at MS Paint. Some things never change, truly. I still make most of my thumbnails on MS Paint if you can't tell, and they're all masterpieces. They're all exquisite, museum art gallery worthy pieces of art. But anyway, our time in the computer room comes to an end. I've made like a few $1 million pieces on MS Paint, some absolute like masterpieces. Pablo Picasso will be jealous of these. And we go back to our normal classroom to have lunch. Now we're just eating lunch, and I'm going to introduce you to our antagonist and our protagonist. We'll call the antagonist Jimmy and our protagonist Timmy. Actually, I don't really know which is which, because neither of these guys were exactly in the right or wrong. But anyway, something along the lines of this happens. Timmy dares Jimmy to look up C0RN on the teacher's computer. How our school worked is that a teacher had a computer in the corner, and she'd have like a blackboard, but she'd also have like a whiteboard that she could like project stuff onto the whiteboard. So like if you were learning about something, like she could show us a video. Now, the projector is on, and the teacher's not in the room. Like we're just eating lunch. I'm eating my brown bread ham and cheese sandwich. It's nasty, by the way. And so Jimmy goes up to the computer. Now, I need to emphasize, he was not just dared, he was double dared. Now, as a lawyer myself, I can tell you that when you were double dared, you were under oath of the law, and you were obligated to do what the person asked you to. I double dare you to like and subscribe, by the way. Now, Jimmy was not just dared, he was double dared to look up a specific URL on the teacher's computer. Now, this URL starts with a P and ends with a B and a .com. Now, as he's typing this in, the teacher comes in, and literally as he hits the enter key on the computer, she sees the screen, and to say the least, she loses her marbles, bro. She is tweaking at Jimmy. Like,
mega fucking fucking fuming!
She lost her mind at this shit, man. She lost her fucking cool, bro. She went DEFCON 3 on Jimmy, and he goes outside the door, and we just hear the teacher screaming at him.
I am fucking fuming! Mega fucking fuming!
It's my personal belief that my teacher was completely justified in crashing out, because this kid who was no older than 10 has just gone into her personal computer, yes, PC, and looked up P-Hub. And, you know, there's no reason a 10-year-old should ever be watching that. That's some Jeffrey Epstein behavior right there. That's just, like, messed up. Whoever was out here spreading those URLs, like, genuinely, like, what the fuck was wrong with you, man? Anyway, that's gonna end today's story. The moral of the story is don't watch corn. Corn is just so bad for you. Like, that shit ruins your brain from a young age. Like, it's addictive. Bro, it just has no real benefits. Just go outside and touch grass. Alright, that's gonna end today's video. See ya.